sure that we've placed the chat over in there. While we're doing that, I have a little article that I just wanna read the title for it as just like a little bit of a topic of conversation and stuff. But this is from Crypto News, the Telegram chat, Crypto News. Congressman Ro Khanna says Bitcoin that has been seized by the U.S. government should be used as a strategic reserve asset, given its potential for appreciation. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this, Nate and Brendan. What do you guys think about what should the U.S. government do with the Bitcoin that it has taken from people? And I don't like the word seized, but I guess it is seized, right? Like, where did it come from? Where did it go? What's up with it? What should they do with it? What do you guys think should happen with the Bitcoin that the government's got in its balance, or that the government has seized from people? Go ahead, Nate. I see you're already off mute. You got something?
I think they should do what they do with taxes because they seize my money every single paycheck.
Ooh. So the precedent's already set. You're saying they should just spend it,
They should spend
or
it. They should spend it on better roads. They should spend it on healthcare. They should spend it on rainbow sidewalks.
wait, Nate. Now, when you say spend the Bitcoin, do you mean dump it on the market in exchange
Sell
for
it.
fiat, or do you mean exchange it with goods and service providers as a means of like barter and wealth transfer?
Here's what I think. Here's what I really think. Okay, what I think they should do is they should diamond hands hold it, and then with my taxes that they steal from me, what they should do is buy more Bitcoin, and so that way they're taking money from me to forcefully DCA into Bitcoin,
Okay.
and then I can get my tax return in Bitcoin.
Ooh, we've got we've got a thought from Maddie Allen. Have you seen this, Nate? Down there
I
on the bottom,
agree.
Mr. Producer, can you pull that
Tax is
chat
a
up?
better Bitcoin, anyways. Come on.
Oh, the USA should buy Hex with all the seized Bitcoin. I think
And
that
then
would be
stake
funny.
it 5, 5, 5, 5.
Oh my god, bro. Dude, that would be fucking bullish as hell. The US government should buy and stake Hex with all of that Bitcoin. So that way we know that they're being benevolent. We don't just trust them,
Hey,
right?
let's get the United States a hex ladder set up.
I mean, why
So
not?
then they can't send it. They can't spend it all at once, but they can then use the interest rather than borrowing money and paying interest. They can save money and earn interest.
Yeah.
Right? Wild.
I think that would be wise if the US government took all their Bitcoin, turned it into Hex, and then staked it out. I mean, that's essentially what I did as soon as I learned about Hex is I swapped all of my Bitcoin into Ethereum and immediately staked all of it out. Or immediately bought Hex and just staked it all out. So shout out to Matty Allen with your fantastic idea. I love it. We're
I
gonna have
will.
to go ahead and peep into Mr. JD Vance and Donald Trump's ear, and I guess Kamala and Tim can listen too, since they probably need some help. Speaking of, there was
So,
a debate last night. What's up, Brendan?
before we get to the debate, I would just say realistically, since I don't think the United States government is going to buy Hex and stake it 5, 5, 5, 5, although I
don't
think
think.
that would be
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
Realistically, I think that we do need to keep a strategic reserve of Bitcoin. Look, we have a strategic reserve of gold. Why wouldn't we diversify what we keep strategically? We have oil, right? We have gold. I think we
yep,
need Bitcoin. I think to continue to be a world power, I think we need some sort of digital asset that we're sitting on, and I think that needs. Look, do I think the dollar should possibly be backed by something? Maybe, but that I don't think is going to happen. At least maybe not in our lifetime. So at least having a strategic reserve and adding to what we have. Like I said, we have gold, we have oil, we have other things already. Bitcoin would be the next step, and yes, we should turn what we've kept into Bitcoin. But if it dips, we should probably buy more because we need to make sure that we are the leader. We own the most, more than anyone, and that's important.
yeah.
Yeah, you hear
I
that, El Salvador?
I was about to say, I wonder how much El Salvador has on their balance sheets. And I think they're mining, so they might be one step ahead of us. I mean, who knows? Maybe the government's secretly mining. That would not, bro, that wouldn't surprise me one little bit if the government was secretly, was like surreptitiously mining Bitcoin. Surreptitiously is the wrong word. If they were off of the official, the official dossier mining Bitcoin, in some fucking grandpa's shack up in Alaska or something like that.
I
That would
actually,
bring
it's not the government doing it. It was actually this was found out in 2019, I think it was 2017, somewhere in there. But it was actually like BlackRock and other large institutions. They were setting stuff up. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah, bro.
Still,
That does not surprise me at all. So
we
Nate,
do
you
have
think that they should spend it, use it. Brendan, you think they should save it. Matty Holland thinks that they should turn it into hex and stake it. Um, does that sum up your guys' sentiment pretty good?
Yeah, hold and buy more.
Okay. Hold and
they
buy
should
more.
they should give it to me in a tax return. That's what they should do.
Ooh,
And yes, El Salvador does mine Bitcoin, but they also consistently buy Bitcoin in addition to owning it.
I've got a third option that I think should happen, and you guys are gonna like this. I think the government should burn it. I think they should send it to a debt address. They should send it
Yeah,
to
fat chance
Satoshi's
of
wallet.
that.
You know, that's what I think they should do. They should just fucking be benevolent and get rid of. I mean, they didn't earn it. They didn't go about, they basically seized it from criminals. So who better to send it to than either a debt address or to send it to Satoshi's wallet, right? I wonder how much Bitcoin has been sent to Satoshi's wallet as like a tribute or like a hey, thank you for making this thing. Like, what a benevolent move and what an interesting thing to do for the government to be like, oh yeah, this isn't ours. We stole it from criminals. Like, what does the government do when they seize,
money and drugs?
Money and drugs.
The
Do
money
they
they
sell the
keep, the drugs they use. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Well, there's something to be said about like the crack epidemic in the 1980s. Now it's not time for me to put on the tinfoil hat here, but like I do think that the government finds a way to use everything that's valuable, much like the Native Americans used all the valuable parts of the buffalo when they went on their hunts and they did all their stuff. So I would be very very interested to see what the government is going to do with the Bitcoin, whether they keep it, whether they sell it, or whether they, destroy it. I don't think they're going to destroy it. I very much think that they're going to keep their grubby little paws on all that money, or they're going to, find.
If Trump gets elected, I hope he's true to his word and turning it into a reserve. I really hope he is.
That would be awesome. That would.
And we know that JD Vance is big into crypto. That man owns a lot of crypto.
Yeah.
And we know that he's been a forefront, very high, talking about it. Look, it's here to stay. I won't get into a long story because we have a super chat and we have people that want to hop in. But about a year and a half ago, I was sitting down to dinner with a colleague from work. Very, very astute. He's one of the smartest brains in our industry, in exterior building cladding. He's a savant, very smart man, knows a lot about world, knows a lot about economics. And we were talking crypto, and he was saying, and this was a time when the government was, seeming like they were going to shut down Bitcoin before the ETFs happened. It was like the darkest of the dark, right? Bitcoin was at like 30,000 or something like that. And, and I'm sitting there explaining to him the benefits and the positive of crypto. And he's like, but the USA looks like they're going to shut down Bitcoin. I'm like, bro, you don't understand. The ball is rolling. It can't be shut down. They can't turn away from Bitcoin, or they're going to turn away from being, one of the eminent superpowers and embracers of current new technology in the world. So yes, there are some people that are worried by it, but it just takes time for adoption. It just takes time to realize that this is a new technology. And then when Bitcoin hit 65,000 or 70,000, he sent me a text and he said, "You were right. Congrats."
Very nice. Eating that slice of humble pie. Speaking of eating slices of humble pie, we've got some excellent and humble gentlemen in the background.
And a super chat.
Yes, we do have a super chat. This is from our very own Pulse Jitsu with Fast Abdul. He sent us 75 oohs. So
you're fucking oohs. What the hell is that, Abdul?
Uruguayan pesos, maybe, I think.
But he sent us 75 of them, and it's green, so that means it's a boatload of money. I'm guessing that this is the currency that they trade camels for over at the Camel Clan or something. Ah, yes, look at that. We've got our Camel Clan mafioso man over there, Mr. Fast Abdul.
Those would be Uruguayan pesos.
Excellent. Good
I always like
choice.
to keep some of those around. You never know when you're going to need some Uruguayan pesos.
That is true. I love it. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Fast Abdul. What is new and exciting with you, my friend? It's been what, a week since last we've spoken. You were on last Whiskey Wednesday, were you not?
I can't remember. It all kind of blends together, honestly.
It does kind
He's
of
probably broke off his ass.
after a certain point. It is all kind of one big giant smorgasbord. Excellent, Mrs. Producer. Let's go ahead and bring in all of them, and then we will go round robin as they're hanging out and having fun. Oh, excellent! We've got Mr. C3, we've got Mr. Simon, Farmer J, Crypto Black Sheep, and Proof of No Work Developer. What a fantastic and full evening! Wow, we are totally booked out then. So, gentlemen, one at a time, we're going to go round the table. For the folks at home who might not know who you are, and we're going to include you in this too, Mr. Fast Abdul, give yourself a brief introduction of who you are, what you do, and I suppose where the folks can find you. In the event that like we lose connection in the stream or something, we'll give you another opportunity at the end of the stream to talk about where the folks can find you and what you got going on again. Oh, and also, if you happen to be drinking anything, because it is a Whiskey Wednesday, if you happen to be drinking anything, then let us know what you're sipping on. But starting with Mr. Fast Abdul, then we'll go C3, Proof of No Work, Simon, Farmer, and we'll finish up with the most degenerate man on the show right now, Mr. Black Sheep with the crazy face. But Fast Abdul, that's fucking ridiculous.
How's that?
But Mr. Fast Abdul, real quick, who are you?
Oh,
what do you
shit.
do? And where can the folks find your stuff?
Cool. First off, I'm drinking some Blue Grady right tonight. It's important to stay hydrated. Electrolytes. It's what plants crave. The best place to find me is via the website. I display on the screen there. So that's 2phux.io. We got links to Twitter and the Telegram room in there. I am the co-founder of 2Fux, which is the fork of Aura and Convex for the Pulse chain built on top of the Fux exchange. This week, what we got going on is we have announced our Bribery protocol, which will be a way for the peeps of the Pulse chain to get bribes for their votes on the 2Fux, Fux, and possibly even 9-inch protocols for voting for which pools get the most yield and all that kind of other stuff that is about money. So cheers to bribes.
Fast
yeah.
Abdul, we will have to have you on one of our guest segments in November if you're around to give us some more information on our community deeper dive on that.
Sounds good. I'll be around.
I'll shoot you a message.
All
Cool.
right, Mr. C3 Works, who are you? What do you do? I'm excited to have you on, bro, because I was just watching some of your streams. But who are you? What do you do? And where can the folks find you?
Well, thanks for that. It's great to be here. I love the whole idea of a Whiskey Wednesday. That is incredible. I love that. So first, before me, it's far more important to know that I'm having some Bullet bourbon here tonight.
Nice.
I love
Thanks
that.
for wrong.
Ryan there, great stuff. They do great. So I love that. I am a co-founder of Actuator Finance. The Actuator protocol is actually going to mainnet this coming Monday night. If you happen to be in the States, it's going to be midnight UTC on October 8th. So whatever that might be for you, that's what we're doing. And the Actuator protocol is designed to extend and advance the HEX protocol by providing liquidity for stakers. It's designed to provide a way to get liquidity out of your HSI stake. If you don't have one, you can produce one here. And it's designed to help provide a balanced market that will ultimately lead to a yield curve for risk-free rates of return in HEX terms. There's a lot going on there. Trust me, it's not a simple thing. I have a background in TradFi, in investment banking, and in the institutional fixed income space. So does my developer co-founder. There's a lot there, but it's a very exciting thing that we think will enable and advance the whole HEX ecosystem. And that's our goal. That's what we want to achieve. So you can find us at actuator.finance or Actuator Finance on Telegram. And if you go out and look there, you'll see all the different places you can find us. We're working with the Forge to try to get as many eyes on this as possible and as much transparency. We've got 2 security audits, 1 financial audit, and we're excited to get this thing out the door.
Excellent. Well, thank you, sir. Welcome. And I have a bunch of streams that you've done with Corey Costa, with Sloth, with oh man, so I can't remember who are some of the other guys that have that you've done interviews with, but I need to check those out a little bit more thoroughly and go take a look because I'm a big fan of the HSI system. So shout out to
And
you.
more coming over the next few days.
Oh yeah, and real quick too, he's going to be actually on my channel, and we're gonna be going in depth talking about it, just kind of what's going on. It's basically a super helper for Hex. That's kind of the way I'm viewing it. Like it's going to be an interesting protocol because it basically makes Hex stakes more or less almost liquid, right? And I know that's kind of the issue that people have had with staking in general is like I have to lock it up and I can't get it out anymore. This is going to solve that problem. So yeah, go ahead and check it out, guys. I am dropping the link to my YouTube there. And yeah, it's going to be tomorrow at, I believe it was 6 or 7 Central.
Right. I forgot the time, but we'll find it.
Yeah.
Things, it's non-destructible and it's irreversible, or it's reversible. I'm sorry. It's reversible and non-destructible. So you can do with it what you want. You have full control over this. So there's a lot of advantage. And as a day one Hexagon, believe me, it was founded on the types of things that Hexagons care about, I think.
Love it.
Excellent. I cannot hear right now if anyone is speaking.
I got you, Will.
Okay, go ahead, Brendan.
Proof of no work. Dev, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Yeah, I'm just a Pulse Chain community member and fellow DGen. I'm also a developer that I've made 3 unique smart contracts on Pulse Chain: the Proof of No Work token, which was my first token, Proof of Some Work token, and then I developed a staking protocol that allows you to stake any token to earn yield in that token. So I'm just here to support everything here, and I'm helping out with the actuator and the forge and trying to get some awareness going here, and could probably help explain some of the topics as well. So if you guys have any questions later and Bill has any need for input, I'll try to be here to help.
And you're always active in our Telegram, which we appreciate, always providing good value to our community. And thank you for that. Also, anything you're sipping on?
I do not drink. No.
Perfect. You got a right code. That's even better.
Wait, he doesn't drink, so like no water or anything like that either?
He's super
You're right. I got some
dehydrated,
water.
bro.
I got some water.
Oh, okay. So you do drink then.
I should have
Excellent.
clarified that. Not alcohol. Yep.
I take IVs for my entire hydration system. Well, welcome to the show, Proof of No Work. It's good to have you back, bro, Steve. Good to hear from you and stuff. Mr. Simon of Wunderwolf.io. What's up, broski?
Hello, chat. Yeah,
Who
lovely to
are
be
you?
here.
What do you do? And I'm guessing the folks can find you at Wunderwolf.io. But go ahead, give yourself your introduction, broski.
Yeah, sure. So Simon, I'm the founder of Wonderwolf. It's the first mobile gaming studio on Pulse Chain, certainly large scale anyway. So we'll be making some cool games to take Pulse Chain to millions of people. And today I am mostly drinking green tea, although I am caffeinated. And they also have some original Bronze Age superfood, bit of milk there. So we've got some variety.
Excellent. Well, welcome to the show, broski. Glad to have you on.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Farmer J, you are a degenerate member of the DGen Roundtable Book Club. But for the folks at home who might not know who you are, can you give yourself a brief introduction and let the folks know what's going on and what's good? Oh, we cannot hear you. You are not muted on
muted, sir.
You're not muted on StreamYard, but your mic not be plugged in. Can you give us a mic check? The mic is not coming in. One more time. We might be having some tech difficulties.
Yeah, we
Which
might
is
need to
funny.
move over to Black
So
Sheep
for the folks
instead.
at home who don't know, I'll give Farmer J a quick little brief introduction, and then he'll fill in whatever I've got left over. Keep doing periodic mic checks if you would, please, Mr. Farmer J. And then if you happen to cut in front of me, I'll let you take it from there. But for the folks who don't know, Farmer J is an excellent and outstanding member of the DGen Roundtable Book Club. Every Friday, I don't know if you guys can read this over here. If my first off, my camera sucks, but also I don't know what what the streaming quality is. But as it says over here, the DGen Roundtable, we go live every 8 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday, where we talk to guests and community members such as yourself. On Friday, we do a book club. So myself, Nate, Zenith, Farmer Jay, used to be my brother. Sometimes other people will pop in, like authors or something like that. But we cover books that we think are pretty cool. Every week, it's a new book. We do some cool things. Yes, there's Mrs. Producer waving right now. And then on Sunday, we cover the news and things. But Farmer Jay is a recurring member of the DGen Roundtable Book Club, and it's super great to have him. He's a super cool electrician, which is partially why it's funny that his microphone is giving him technical difficulties, because it's his trade and his profession. Are you having any luck yet, Farmer Jay?
He's not an audio engineer. He's an electrician.
That's true. He's yes. It is the magical power of
You're thinking of Dace, man.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So Dace is our resident audio engineer, and I'm just kind of poking fun at Farmer Jay. And are you testing again, Farmer Jay? We cannot hear you. If you're able to, Farmer Jay, I would suggest hopping off of the computer connection and then trying a phone connection. And while the quality might not be as good, it might be a different way to solve whatever problem your microphone is having. We're going to go ahead and hop on over to, and you guys can find Farmer Jay in the DGen Roundtable, community chat, which you can find. Hang on, let me grab the link right here for joining our Telegram. For the folks at home who are not already a member over at our DGen Roundtable Telegram, the way that you get into the DGen Roundtable is you go to t.me/DRT join now. For the folks that are listening on audio, again, that is t.me/DRT join now. That's how you hop on into the Telegram chats and how you come and hang out with us and talk about memes, talk about guns, talk about video games, talk about cryptocurrency, women, all sorts of fun and fantastical things. We're just a bunch of hoodlums sharing our feelings on the internet and seeing what's up. And occasionally I ban people, and I've had to swing the ban hammer a couple times within the last few days, and it's been we got you, Farmer. Excellent.
Oh,
Go ahead and give yourself a brief intro, whatever I've missed.
Not much. That's what happens when you pick up microphones dumpster diving,
Are you sipping on anything?
I am drinking on some vodka with club soda.
Nice. Can't go wrong.
My man. Basically the same thing, broski. I got
Got a little
Bacardi
lime in that?
and bubbly.
No lime. Ran out of lime.
Oh,
Excellent. Well, welcome, bro. Are you excited
Back to the dumpster,
you
right?
excited for book club on Friday, Mr. Farmer Jay? We're going to be covering
Yes.
Millionaire Fastlane. It's a good one.
Tomorrow I will be listening to it at work while I pretend to work.
Yes.
While I'm hiding in the electrical room.
Well, it's about a 12-hour book on 1x speed, so I'm listening to it on 2x, and it's pretty good. I've already written some cool notes in the Telegram, so
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
I was probably gonna hope to cover about 2 hours of it tonight after the stream, and then
Very good.
listen to some of it tomorrow, and then hopefully finish it up on Friday.
Excellent. Well, it's good to have you, broski. Welcome to the DGen Roundtable Whiskey Wednesday. It's always a pleasure to have you on the stream with us. And finally, we've got our very own Mr. Crypto Black Sheep of the DGen Protocol. Similar name to the DGen Roundtable, but the DGen Protocol, you guys have been around for, you guys have been hanging out, having fun for like 7 or 8 years or something like that. Y'all been in the
Yeah,
crypto
7
space
years.
for a
Can you hear me
minute.
okay?
Yeah,
Can
we
you
can
hear
hear you. You sound like a munchkin.
Oh, I sound like want to be well, like I just got back from the gym.
Oh shit! Yeah, let me turn that off. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
can
man.
you give yourself
We've been around 7 years. I got a community called the DGen Protocol. We got like 3,400 people in there or something. We've been doing this since like the BitConnect days. I got into the Hex community about 2020. It's been great, man. We've been in and out of so much different shit. Made a bunch of money, lost a bunch of money, but we're still here and excited about Pulse Chain. Well, we actually have a project we've been running for about a year now. It'll be a year and about a week on the 16th, I think, or a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever.
Yes.
16th. Yeah, 2 weeks
DGen
from today.
Protocol.
Actually. Yeah, well, we got all sorts of. We got a passive income thing. We got a GOAT tokens paired with Pulse, but it's got on an up contract, so we're already up like 40% versus Pulse over the year last year, and we got validator nodes. We're running about 45 validator nodes over there. We got NFTs you can mint, and you can get your validator on if you want. If you don't want to spend all the money or all the equipment to run your own, we got that for you. So we also got we got a lot of stuff, man.
I was gonna say BitConnect, the OG crypto rug.
Yeah.
BitConnect.
Does
I-
anybody
I
know if
know
anything
that-
like BitConnect still exists? Is there anything
No,
out there?
that is actually how I found crypto in the first place. There was somebody was telling me about BitConnect, and I think I lost about like $300 in there. You know, I threw it in there. This was probably 2016.
Dang, your whole life savings.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
man.
it, bro. And after that, it was downhill from there.
That's a
Oh,
lot
and
of
I'm
domains
drinking
and
Truly,
stuff.
by the way.
Ooh,
Truly
excellent.
Wild Berry. Yeah, I
Good
know Brendan
choice.
likes this Truly.
I
You like the
do.
older stuff though, right?
I mean, and honestly, I like Wildberry. I did like Wildberry before they changed
Yeah.
the recipe and added juice to
So
it.
they changed the recipe at some point, right? Yeah.
But I still like Wildberry. It's still one of the better
This guy's
flavors.
like an alcohol encyclopedia. Like he knows all about the gin, all about the Truly. Like what else you know, man? Shit.
Man,
I'm just about to start sipping on this new gin. This is a local gin from the Florida Keys, from Isla
Oh,
Morada.
Nice.
It's made with hibiscus flowers found in the mangroves locally in the Keys, and also pea flower. That's where the purple color comes from. So if you put like tonic in this or something, that purple will turn to pink. So the quinine changes the color. It's kind of just a gimmick. Doesn't change the flavor at all. But it's a really good gin. Really, really good gin. One of my favorite. It's my favorite gin that's made in Florida for sure.
that is
Nice.
awesome. I highly recommend if any of you guys are ever down in the Miami area, you hit up this man Brendan, and he will show you a good time. I went
will.
down there for the Cardano conference. Myself, Josh, Antoine, all of the DGen roundtable. We went down there and we partied over the weekend. Oh my god, it was such a good time. Brendan was showing us all over the place. We went and we did some crazy cool things. Not only like did he talk their ear off and give them like a fantastic presentation at the Cardano conference, but then we went out on the night and we were partying, having fun. Brendan was getting us into all the cool fucking clubs. We were like at some freaking like 40-story high-rise club in like an all glass like place. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's a VIP speakeasy. It's like it's a really cool place. It's a lounge.
Yeah.
It's not a club. It's like a lounge. It's like mostly bottle service.
Yeah.
But if you know
Cool.
people, you can get in without bottle service. Though we did have bottle service, and it was,
It was super fun. All right, so gentlemen, Nate, did you have something there for a second, or was I listening to someone else?
No, I was just gonna whine and cry and say, "Hey, Brendan, when are you taking me on one of these fun adventures?"
Hey, bro, I've invited you down when you get here.
Yep, there you go. If you
I'll
build
be in
it,
New
they will
York
come.
on the 30th, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I could stop by.
Hey, there we go. Speaking of New York, is anyone by show of hands is anyone planning on going to New York for the October hearing? I'm going to be there. I know that Zenith said he's going to be there. C3 Works is going to be
Nate's
there.
going to be there.
Yep, Nate will potentially. Yeah, Nate's planning on being there. Farmer, Simon, Black Sheep, Fast Abdul. It's
Sounds like
looking like
fun.
you guys are passing up. Oh, Fast Abdul has turned into jujitsu, man. Proof of no work dev. Are you planning on going at all to the hearing in October since you're off camera?
No, I will not be there.
Okay, no sweat. I think it's gonna be a fun time, man. I'm thinking about like
To
getting
me,
like one of those
it's
one
too
of those
close
hot
to where
dog vendor
Diddy's at.
carts.
It's too
Oh,
close
too
to where
close to
Diddy's.
Diddy? Oh, SBF's over there too. I hear they're I don't know if they're cellmates, but that's gonna be interesting.
Same
That's gonna be
jail.
Yep, it's gonna be a good time over there. But excellent. So we've got 3 of us that are gonna be heading over there. I know that I was on stream with Flat Earth Dave a couple days ago or a week ago or something like that over on Ramon Carrillo's channel. It was a good time. He's gonna be there. A lot of Hexikins, a lot of Pulsikins, I would imagine there's probably gonna be some haters. Probably gonna be some Richard Hart haters. So we all gotta be on our best behavior, and we can't be packing because it's New York and guns are super duper illegal over there unless you like
Wow.
jump through some crazy hoops and shit. But yeah,
That's
I
all
think
right,
that
I'm illegal.
there you go. Yeah, cross the border, hop on over, you'll be okay. Hey, and you're homeless.
Yeah,
too,
if
so
you're
probably get away
illegal,
with
are you saying if you're illegal, you're okay? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
just identify.
there you go.
Don't bring a driver's license.
Yeah, just identify. These are not weapons. They are wireless hole punchers.
That'll work.
Yes, wireless
Wireless
hole
hole
punchers.
puncher.
We have a chat
Yeah.
about that in the DGen roundtable. So I have a question for everyone on the panel, and we can do this round robin, or we can just kind of like let the mics fly on free mode. But my question for you guys is, with this recent bull market move and this recent cool price action, what are you guys excited for? You can either talk about specific tokenomics, you could talk about news events, you could talk about cool projects coming up, but what's the thing that like that gets your blood going, that gets you like the joie de vivre, the what is it that you're most looking forward to with Pulse Chain in the near future, however you want to measure that, whether it's in the next 7 hours, whether it's in the next few months or the next few years. What is the thing that you are most excited for and most looking forward to? We'll go ahead and start off with Brendan, since he's off mute. And if you guys in the private chat, go ahead and drop in a comment, and whatever order the comments come in is the order that I will toss it to you. And yeah, Brendan, go ahead and let us know what you're excited for. And then the rest of the gentlemen, I will call you out as I see names in the private chat appear. Go ahead, Brendan.
You know, there's honestly a ton to be excited for. I mean, the Pulse Chain community continues to grow. The Hex community continues to grow. I mean, for me, I see us both as the same community now. I see us as the Richard Hart community. We're all trying to further these tokens, and I have a love for each of the 4 main tokens. I guess 5 with eHex. But yeah, they're kind of, to me, it's like, hey, we're all one community. But continue to see the community grow as we move up throughout this bull market. Of course, I think everybody's excited for green candles. Everybody's excited to make a lot of money this cycle. That takes patience, and the people that are here, the people that have waited out this 99% pullback, small dip, the ones that have continued to buy this small dip, are really setting themselves up to be financially free in the future, in my opinion, not financial advice. And so that's excited, but also, you know, I'm a people person. I love to continue to meet new people within the community, to see what people are working on. You know, here in the DGen Roundtable, we try to protect our community from scams and some frauds and things like that. But other than that, we're really just trying to bring everybody within the ecosystem together to show what's being built, to explain to people what's going on. That's why all of you are here. That's why we have so many, you know, guests that wanted to join. And we really want to connect different communities together. And that's sort of what the DGen Roundtable is all about. And really being that central point for news and for information, not just within the Hex and the Pulse Chain community, but with the overall economic markets. You know, I do focus a bit more on the macroeconomic side of things, as Will said. But the nice thing is we all have different expertise, and we need to help each other and build each other up so that we can all succeed. And that's something I love about this community. And I'm continuing and excited to build that more as we move through this bull market.
So the people, I like it.
The people and the Mad Gains, bro. I did say Mad Gains. Don't
the Mad Gains.
Don't act like I'm this. I can't even speak. Anyway, I'm going to go back to my gin next.
I like it. All right, Mr. Crypto Black Sheep, and I noticed with your comment, there might be a little bit of a moment of contention. So, gentlemen on the panel, let's be respectful of other people's ideas. If we disagree with things, let's attack the disagreements, let's attack the ideas, and let's not attack the people themselves. So, Chris, why don't you go ahead? What is the thing that you're most excited for?
I'm just excited to crush the PDI haters. That's all. You know, I really want to see. You know, I want to see this whole ecosystem do what it was. The narrative was that all these PRC20s would eventually get to parity, right? So I want to see that. I want to see that happen. You know, and I think it's possible. And I think, you know, even though I've got Hex, I've got all kinds of shit. But you know what? I think that, you know, that narrative right there is super important, because I do think we need a native stablecoin on this chain, and a very super decentralized stablecoin, and that's what he's working on there. You know, so I do believe that it's going to all work out. I think we're all going to be lit. You know, and I think if we all just stick together and we all see the vision here, I think it's going to work itself out. You know, love these communities coming together, building shit, and I mean, you can't find a better community than the Pulse Chain community, dude. So
I would agree. Like we're a bunch of super cool knuckleheads for sure, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like we have our inbred members of the family. We have our knucklehead members of the family. We have our geeks. We have our Zionists. We have our cool cats and kittens. To be clear on your position though, are you talking about the PDI pegging as like a solid stuck at $1, or like as a meme that goes up and hits in that general area and stays in that general area? Are you talking about like like selling and redeeming kind of
I'm
using.
talking
using
about
the-
full blown pegging, just like fucking Wrap Bitcoin, all this shit, dude. Like,
Okay.
like he's got the technology to do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. He's got the money to do it. You know, like we just got to be patient. The shit's gonna happen, dude. You guys are gonna see some fucking stupid shit on Pulse, and that's why I'm here, dude. I don't even talk about other shit.
I will say there's a
all I
there's
want,
a lot
dude.
of
Give me
there's a
this.
lot of fun stuff that is happening on Pulse Chain. I fucking love it. So excellent,
Yeah.
bro. I like that you're excited about
yeah.
that. I like it when people are excited about everything. So that's
Yeah,
why we're
we-
that's why we're
we
going
talk
around
about
the
this
panel. And,
whole thing, dude. This whole
yeah,
thing.
hell yeah, bro. I fucking love it. Nate, Nate, what are you excited for, my friend? And then Farmer, you're next. And then I've got nothing else in the private chats, guys. So for the other four of you, Simon and Fast, C3 and PO proof of no work. I'll toss it to you guys as I see fit after the chats thing. But if you want to secure your spot as the next speaker, then hop on in there. But Nate, what is it that you are most excited about in the Pulse Chain ecosystem in the near future? However you want to measure it.
So, as you know, I'm kind of the money printer guy, right?
Yep.
The entire idea from the very beginning for me has been, I want some kind of income, passive income, right, to be able to buy back my time. Because if I can buy back my time, I'm no longer taking 2 weeks off to work, literally sun up to sun down, like I have for the past 2 weeks. And instead, what I'm able to do is focus on things that I really enjoy, like say music or crypto. Like if I was able to have the same type of time that I put into my IRL job, but instead into what I'm doing here, you guys would be getting so much more information. I'd be so much more valuable. I would be so much more valuable for all of you guys to be able to make it right and not get crushed. And that's one really vitally important, because my starting the thing that I started at with, or I should say the start of my crypto journey, started with me getting crushed. Okay. I bought at the top in 2021 and then lost everything that I couldn't lose. So that was obviously not good. I gave crypto one last chance. I came up with an entire plan of how I was going to do this. And that was back at the very end of 2022. And I would say it was fully set in stone right around February of 2023. And I have been acting out that plan since then. And I'll tell you what, I think that my whole plan, that everything that I've been working towards is going to fully come true. And that is what I'm excited for, because that's going to be a good day.
I like it. Excellent, broski. So the ability to essentially set like a flywheel in motion to free you from obligations and responsibilities and things of that nature. I apologize, by the way, if my connection's cutting out. I'm seeing you guys hop all over the place. So Brendan, if it does, can you take over and just kind of pass it around? But in the
yeah, but
meantime,
you've been super clear. You haven't
Okay.
stuttered once. So even if
Sweet.
it's on your end, on this end, it hasn't shown up.
All right, excellent. Farmer Jay, what is it that you're excited for in the near future on the Pulse Chain?
Well, first, I'd like to make a quick comment. I know how you guys were asking about what the government should do with that Bitcoin they seized.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think they should do the same thing with all the drugs they seize. They should just hand them out to the public freely for us to partake.
I love it.
Just dispense it among the citizens, But
put it in the
Bitcoin dispensaries.
That is gold.
yeah,
bro.
That is gold.
Put it in the lower economic areas, part of like the inner cities and things.
Yeah,
that would
just-
be.
Yeah, you gotta get your Bitcoin medical card to be able to.
Yeah.
God, dude.
But now,
That's-
seriously, I think kind of like Brandon. I mean, the first thing I'm looking forward to is the green candles. Hopefully we rip and make killer gains. But the second thing I'm looking forward to is getting drunk with you fuckers
Yep.
in the bull run.
I've got.
We haven't announced it yet, but we're gonna have a DGen Roundtable in real life meetup here in either 2025 or early 2026.
Yeah, but I mean, but I'm honest though. Like that's one thing I'm looking forward to, where we can have a meetup again. I met some of you guys in person already. I hung out with Will in Vegas during the CMC meetup. Angry Twinkie, Crypto Boogie, but like just hanging out with the community again. It was a great time. That's what I'm looking forward to. Hopefully we can all make it so like get to hang out with each other, in real life. And
Yep.
Oh, he's got that cigarette still. I got my cigar. I'm sorry. I got my cigar.
I've still got the cigars from the same box. Now they're probably dry and rotted to shit, but like we're going to smoke these painful motherfuckers at some point that I purchased at some point while we were down over in Vegas for the CMC meetup. What was that, like a year and some change ago, like August of 23. So excellent, bro. Yeah, I still got
about
them.
a year ago. Yeah, it was about a
Yep.
year ago.
So,
They've
Jay,
been roasting
Farmer,
in
it sounds
economy.
like you and I have very similar things: green candles, community, meeting people in real life.
Yeah, you know, like that's what I'm looking forward to. You know, hanging out with the community, the Pulse Chain community, the DJ and Roundtable community. You know,
Hell yeah.
the crypto mindset community. You know, that's pretty much all the same people.
Yes,
A lot of overlap. There's a lot of overlap.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. There's you know,
Years of overlap.
I'm glad that you bring that up. This is I'm gonna do a little shameless self plug here for my little Telegram meetup system. bit.ly/hex_meetup is a great place that you guys can go to if ever you want to go and meet other Hexicans, right? So I created this little Telegram system, and it's basically, I'll go ahead and post a link in the chat. I shout this thing out all the fucking time. But for those of you guys that don't know, bit.ly/hex_meetup. You can also go to t.me/hex_meetup. But I made the bit.ly one because that will link you specifically to a very particular message inside a particular topic within that Telegram, where it will take you to the start here post that will explain to you how to use the Telegram. Essentially, you show up, you give yourself a brief little introduction, you talk about like the things that you like to do. You can give a little bit of backstory or history if you want. You talk about locations that you frequent. I travel around the States a lot, so I put in a ton of locations, like where I'm often at. It's basically a bunch of major cities where we build TV towers and stuff. But like if you're over in the Wisconsin area and you're near what's a Wisconsin city? Milwaukee, right? Or no, that's Michigan. If you're
Milwaukee, Madison. Yeah,
if you're in or near a major city, then you could just like kind of talk about the generalized areas where you're at, and then you don't have to dox yourself specifically and put down like a street address with like GPS coordinates or whatever, but like talk about places you go, things you like to do, and just little nuggets of information that other people can latch onto and go and be like, oh, we both like axe throwing, or we both like, I don't know, clipping cats' toenails or something. And so we can go and have a cat clipping toenails meetup and hang out, or we can go and, wander the woods in the great Serengeti plains or whatever the hell. So bit.ly/hex_meetup is a place to go if you want to meet Hexicans. It'd be better to do it when you're filthy rich and you got plenty of money and plenty of time, right? Because you've bought your time back and you're now wealthy enough to afford to do the super cool things that you want to do. I highly suggest you guys watch our last Whiskey Wednesday, where we talk about like what you would do with like different levels of magnitude of cash. We start at 1,000, work our way up to like 10 million, I think, but it's like 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, whatever. Like, what would you do if this was burner cash? So like, start thinking now about how you're going to budget your spending money, how you're going to budget your investment money, how you're going to budget your throwaway money, right? So anyways, that's my little 2 cents. I'm glad to hear that you're stoked to go and visit People Farmer.
Yeah.
And
quick note on that. I think we're trying to set up something for October, the middle of October or something, for
yes,
Southern California area.
Yeah,
if anybody's in there, wants to hop in the chat, I think like middle of October, late October, like Southern LA County, Northern Orange County type of area. We're not exactly sure yet, and we haven't really formalized anything, but there's just talks and stuff. So if anybody's interested and wants to throw in their 2 cents in there, go ahead.
I like it. I like people organizing things, and realistically, you bring up a good point, Farmer. The best way to organize a meetup is for somebody to just be like, hey, I've decided I'm doing a cool thing. You guys should join me if you want to, right? You give them you sprinkle a little bit of that FOMO in there. You'd be like, oh, I'm going to go. Like, who doesn't like, I don't know, canoeing or cabrewing down rivers, where you get in a canoe and you drink and you just kind of lazily float down a river, right? You'd be like, I'm going cabrewing.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think if you look in that chat, in that Telegram group, you'll see examples of people that just met up and hang out. I think the last one in California was up in Northern LA County. I think they went to a gun range and then to eat after.
Yes.
So that was fun. I unfortunately couldn't make that one, but wish I would have, but it looked like they had a good time.
Absolutely. I'm stoked for the hangouts as well, and I'm stoked to be able to travel the country a little bit more freely and not have to do it for work. I can do it for pleasure finally. But I'm gonna go ahead and toss it over to the other gentleman on the panel. Mr. Simon, I saw you raise your hand earlier. What's something that you're super duper excited for on the Pulse chain in the near future? And what kind of timeline are you looking at for this excitement?
Yeah, it's actually a difficult question to ask because it's difficult to narrow it down to just one, right?
Sure.
I mean, obviously, the game's coming out next year, Q1 into Q2, shooting meme coins, beating up crypto personalities. It's what everyone secretly wants to do. But I think more specifically, Bitcoin third angle. I mean, I do a bit of Bitcoin trading, and for me, that's when I know that when that kind of structure's starting to be built, and then I've got my third angle hit, you know, it's all on from there, right? And you can almost plot ahead then, like, okay, ETH probably that month, and then Pulse chain probably that month, and then that's when you know, it gets exciting.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
Simon,
Go ahead.
Have any of your tokens or anything launched yet? I saw I'm in your Telegram. I saw that there's, you know, it sounds like before the moon, the full moon, the blue corn moon. I don't know. There's a moon. There's some bonuses. But what's launching here soon?
We're doing the capital formation at the moment, like for the studio, so to fund the development and whatnot. But yeah, we're launching in like 24 hours. So yeah, come into Telegram, check the website out. We've got some updates for the website coming like next few hours, basically. So yeah, it's all going on.
So
yeah,
if people want to get into the fundraising, is that anyone can get into it, or is it more closed?
Well, if you're a chat member, you're welcome. So you can just join the Telegram chat. It's fine.
There you go.
Excellent. And what did you say the name of the Telegram was again? So I can Google it real quick and type it in.
Oh, it's wonderwolf.io.
I can put it in the chat. I can put it in the chat. I'm in it.
I think it's what's under his name.
Oh yeah, yeah. All right, excellent. Well, good to hear. Good to hear, Wonderwolf. So you're excited for the projects. You're excited for the fun, degenerate gambling. I like that part. That's the thing that.
Excuse me, sir. Trading is structured gambling. There's nothing degenerate.
But you know, we're all still sitting over there, fucking prepping to slam the damn green candles right straight into the vein. So you can pretend to be all hoity-toity behind the castle of your trading view charts and looking cool and stuff. But we all know we're chasing that dopamine hit, baby. That's where
I've definitely got some shit cornery going on in the background, but you know, we don't talk about that.
I like it. I like it. Fast Abdul, we're gonna toss it over to you next, good sir. What is it that you're excited? Oh, and by the way, panel, just so you guys know, after we cover everybody, I'm gonna do a round of chat shoutouts. So, Mrs. Producer, I see you've been doing some starring in things. We're going to be doing that next after everyone on the panel has talked about the things that they're excited for. So, Mr. Fast Abdul, what's some stuff that you're excited for in the near future on the Pulse chain?
Thanks, Will. The thing I'm really excited for is insanely high APRs, which I think is something that we're going to see. Right now, we have some really good yield farming opportunities on the Pulse chain with multiple protocols. And when the reward tokens attached to said protocols double in price, the result is that the APRs double in price. If the reward values of the reward tokens 10x in price, the APR is 10x too. So, and the math on that is not exact because obviously other things are going to go up too. But like we could be looking at some 1000% APRs and some yield farms and things like that. If you know, we look at some things like the PulseX farms, the 2Fox farms, the 9-inch farms, all these things that give you a token that in the case of 9-inch and 2Fox have utility, and maybe one day in the case of PulseX has utility. And if that utility brings value and the bull market brings brings the money, then we could be looking at some seriously valuable reward tokens. And then we'll be looking at some yield farming options that are paying insane amounts of money. And then we'll be looking at crazy thick liquidity, which will be the result of all that hubble. So I think the future is bright for yield farming on the Pulse chain, and the future is bright for liquidity on the Pulse chain because of that. And that's going to be huge. So when any of us do go to exit, 2 years, 4 years, 6 years from now, when the bull market's over, we're going to be looking at giant, thick liquidity pools, and we won't see giant red candles. We'll see little blips that get bought up. Not financial or medical advice, but that's what I think.
I like it, broski. The
And the stable
Bridesberry
pool and the stable pools allow people to keep their money on chain and earn,
Yes.
right? So that helps with the liquidity. And we were talking about this the other day, Fast Abdul.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that's really important. And like we have the ones on Pulse X, but having even more options on 2FUX is really beneficial. And again, just the more money that we can keep on chain does help that liquidity, helps people getting it out, and helps from, like you said, prices getting wrecked.
Yeah, we could see a bear market where the Pulse chain still has billions of dollars locked on it, just mostly in the form of stable coins. You know, like 4 years from now, that could be the majority of the Pulse chain is stable coins bouncing around, making people, 30% yield during the bear market until they're ready to redeploy.
Imagine
So-
30% yield on freaking stable coins in a bear market. That's
That'd be fantastic, dude.
Could be
That's
that.
enough to retire me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
30% of what 20 grand. How much is that, Nate?
Oh man, that's you're looking at
6
6K.
grand.
Yeah,
A lot of
6 grand.
hookers and cocaine.
That's a lot of
There you go.
hookers and cocaine. I like
Tons.
it. Now, to be clear, Fast Abdul, because I know that there's a difference between farming and liquidity providing. With a lot of these voting protocols, they are for the farms, right? They're not for fees. So they'd be getting an incentive token as opposed to the tokens that are being traded. Or is there some nuance there?
Well, it depends on the protocol that you're talking about. So some protocols are basically paying you the incentive token instead of the fees. Some protocols are giving you the fees and an incentive token. But like it all results to the same thing. It's your APR, your return on investment, right? So which is probably the number that you should be looking at. And what you do with that APR is what matters in the end. So in the case of in liquidity farming is sort of a made up term for liquidity providing with extra incentive, right?
Yeah.
But like you could be liquidity farming just on Pulse X in something that was not a farm and making the fees that the protocol makes when people trade back and forth. And you could still do very well there if the pair was very, very active and you didn't suffer too much impermanent loss. So, there's lots of ways to play this game, but certainly the protocols that incentivize farming, or in other words, incentivize liquidity providers, I think they'll obviously be the big winners. They'll suck in the majority of the liquidity. And then when we get to the stable coin part of the game, a couple of years from now, then those will be the ones where most of the stable coins live as well.
Excellent. I like it. So you are excited for the things that you're doing, which is good because you guys are the ones with the ultimate control and the ultimate power and the say so. So it's like you're excited for the work that you're doing and it coming to fruition. And we're going to see the changes that it can bring to the Pulse chain. I am super stoked to hear it.
Yep.
And speaking of things that we're working on, Mr. C3 Actuator Man, how should I refer to you? Should I call you C3? Should I call you Actuator?
Yeah, you can call me C3 or Bill, whatever you want. I go by all
Okay.
that.
C3
Excellent.
is a cool
Bill.
name. I like that.
I like it. C3. I like C3. It reminds me of it's Star Wars-esque. Very good.
Yeah, exactly.
What is it that you are excited for in the near future, my good friend?
That's a great question. Let me share that with you. It's actually not specifically about my protocol, though I'm very excited about the protocol. But I got to tell you, as a guy who's probably older than almost everybody here, I'm going to tell you what's exactly exciting to me. We have in the RH ecosystem an incredible circumstance that I don't see anywhere else. We have a unity and a diversity. The unity comes through what RH has done and is doing even soon in New York. There's probably nobody on this panel and there's probably nobody watching the stream who wouldn't agree with me that they either are going, if they could go to New York, and if they can't, they hope he prevails. Because we are dealing with a system, I'm going to be cautious here because it's your stream, not mine, that's not good. Okay? I've spent a lot of years in that system. It's
Feel
not,
free to speak your mind. You know, this is your opinion.
Absolutely.
This is our opinion, so feel free to speak your opinion.
you
And this
gave
is
me
a
the-
degenerate channel. We
you gave
love
me the forum, and I'm going to tell you. And I
Yep.
believe that probably everybody here is unified in what I'm sort of saying and being cautious not to say too much. That's a big deal. And yet we have a diversity. There are people here that are all specializing in particular places. And we don't even necessarily all have the same opinion about those things. I don't care. That's good. I think it is. We don't have to agree on whether Project X is good or bad, or Project Y is good or bad, or whatever. And we can all believe the things we're doing, and we probably do, or we wouldn't do them. But my observation is, while we're applying the fullness of our efforts in the places that we are gifted to do it, we can still see that what's going on is a bigger fight than within each other. And that's not just a tagline. Trust me, it is not a tagline. That's why we're getting ripped apart, because narratives can pit us against each other all over the world, and they do. And yet, in the RH ecosystem, because we've got somebody fighting a fight that keeps us focused on a fight that really matters, we can all take our particular pieces and advance them for a common united good against a real adversary. And I'm telling you, that excites the living crap out of me. I don't know how to tell you that. Despite the fact that I have a particular focus, I can have high regard for everybody I hear talking. And I hope you're all hugely successful. And I want to do what I can to help what you're doing. Wherever I might stand on any given point, that's not the point. You're fighting a good fight. And that excites the life out of me in so many different ways. And I heard that epitomized recently. There was a particular well-known Bitcoin maxi, I won't bring up his name unless you want to drag that in here, who has no regard for anything in our world. But he had a presentation at the Singapore, token, what is it, 2049 or whatever the heck it was over there. He had a presentation, and he was advancing the idea of the importance of meme coins. Now, we're not meme coins. We're not. We are not meme. We're far more than meme coins. We're not less than that. We do have them out there, and we should, but we're not less than that. But we are a whole lot more than that. And his point was to acknowledge the importance of them in the year or two to come. And when I listened to his entire presentation, and he made some very good points. I think he was flawed on a few things, but what he essentially said led me to believe that the best positioned ecosystem of anything in crypto is the RH ecosystem. And I believe that we're doing all the things that he, as no big supporter of us, would admit if he understood what we know. We are the best expression of that. And that has me hugely excited, because I believe that we actually are on. And this little council tonight, just this group here, represents the unity of what I'm describing, and even some diversity. We don't all agree about the same thing, but it's a microcosm of what I think the whole ecosystem is that gets me really excited to defeat the real problem. So let me pause there.
Yeah, C3 Bill, if you don't mind me, I think I'm probably going to call you that moving forward. But I think that you bring up a good point. And you know what's interesting? I think that if all of crypto understood the importance of decentralized finance, understood the importance of uniting against a centralized government agency that's attacking an industry that's trying to bring about good, positive change within the United States, trying to continue to keep the United States as a world power with top technology, top money, top innovation, that the Richard Heart case is important for every single ecosystem out there, right? This isn't just a case for Pulse Chain, for for Hex, for PulseX. This is literally a case that could ground break the rules and the laws of all crypto. And this is what you're getting at. This isn't just a small singular entity within crypto. This actually affects the entirety of crypto here in the United States. And this case is really important. It is of the utmost importance, not just to our bags, but literally to the future of crypto here in our country. And I think understanding is what you're talking about. And I don't know anyone who would disagree with you here on this panel. I don't know anyone that would disagree with you that actually understands the importance of, defeating what has been an SEC trying to regulate through the court system, right? And essentially extending what their mission has been over the last 20, 30 years, 50 years, and really trying to take more under their umbrella that shouldn't be theirs, or trying to put something into a pot that it doesn't fit into. And look, we see this within Congress, a lot of bipartisan support against the SEC, which is very rare for bipartisan support against a government agency. And this Richard Hart case could really be a hammer in moving us forward to proper regulation and proper understanding of the importance of freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of expression, right? All of these things that Richard Hart stands for, but it's not just Richard Hart, right? That's what crypto is supposed to stand for. And if we really truly want to be definanced, if we truly want to be separated from the system, then we need to be able to innovate, and we need to be able to continue to build without someone trying to tear us down like the corrupt SEC.
That's totally right. We have to realize that their game plan, whoever they are, we could have that conversation separately, but I think we know who they are, is to get us to fight each other over the granular things and take our eyes off what the real problem is. And I think the RH community, this panel being a microcosm of that, we don't all have the same exact views of every project. I'm very gracious about that. I could be wrong on a million things. I know that. But we share a common objective because there's clarity about what the top level problem is that we're all busy fighting. And I think if we can avoid losing that perspective and grant that different people are gifted and incentivized in different directions to fight that same fight, we do well. And the adversary's plan fails. So I'm excited, because that was your question, about the apparent reality of that within the RH ecosystem. And hats off to Richard Hart. He's done far more than most actually fully appreciate in galvanizing that attitude.
I got a quick comment on what you guys were saying. So I remember when the lawsuit first came out, there was a couple of streamers I listened to that are like Richard Hart haters, right? They think he's a scammer, but even they wanted him. Even they were hoping that Richard Hart would beat the SEC exactly because of what you're saying. Even I think even the haters understand how important this case is, and how important is it that Richard Hart beats the SEC, because they're overstepping their power.
He said many times he's in this for glory. I believe he's going to get it.
And think about this, Richard Hart SEC creates essentially a new precedent within law of the United States for crypto. It might just bring a few new people into the Pulse Chain community. I mean, don't discount that. This could be huge. It will be huge, no doubt.
It will be huge if and when, I believe when, because the case against him, we won't go into that too much. It's baseless. It's meritless.
Yep.
I mean,
we've covered it a lot.
Nuclear herbs, wherever you want to go. It's a sham. And he's got the courage and the means to expose that. And he's willing to do it. That's huge.
I will say,
Yes,
shameless self plug here, real quick. C3, myself and Zenith, we read the SEC's motion, or Richard Hart's motion to dismiss. We read.
You guys were wild
SEC's
for that, by the
response.
way.
Oh, what's that, Nate?
No, don't let me detract you, but no, you guys were wild for that. You guys went on for like 6 hours or whatever.
Dude, it was so long. It was
50,
so
11
long.
hours.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
read word for word the Richard
whole
Hart's
thing.
lawyers response and the SEC response on air live.
Yep. And then we read 3 of them. So Zenith caught the first 2, and I was here to like field the chats and just be like a person to take breaks in between and like let him get a word in and stuff. But yeah, and then like while we were reading it, the Richard Hart team, they posted and uploaded their response to the SEC's response to their motion to dismiss. And so we're like, well, shit, now we got to hop back on and do it all over again. So yeah, like you
part
were
2.
saying, we did a 6-hour stream, Zenith and I, of just reading that whole thing. And I got to say, bro, I read the last one, and that was the Richard Hart's like response to their little thing. And it was such a treat to like listen to the Richard Hart-esque language inside this like very like formal and professional legal document that was being given to the government. And I was just like, oh, it was so wonderful. Like, you know, you have to get over the fact that it's all in like legalese and whatnot, but like just the little hints and the little tinges of Richard Hart style language. It was a good time reading all that stuff and doing all that. So I'm glad to hear that you're excited. And when you described all the people in the pulse chain as like having different roles and doing different things, and we're all attacking like one enemy, I see it as kind of like we're all on a chessboard. You know, we've got a ton of pawns, we've got a couple knights, some rooks, some bishops, a king, a queen, like all that stuff. Everyone plays their own little part. Everyone does different things at different power levels, and we're all just like at the same time attacking the one king or the queen on the opposite side of the board. So, oh, can you guys hear me? Or is it going good still? All right, I'm getting nods from Brendan. Finally, Mr. Proof of No Work Dev, I'm gonna toss it. Yeah, it might be bad on your end, Farmer J. It seems that everything is going decently, but Mr. Proof of No Work Developer, what is the thing? The question is now going to be directed to you for what is the thing you're most excited, and then Mrs. Producer, we will hop to chat shoutouts next, and then after chat shoutouts is done, we'll answer some of the chat shoutouts questions lightning quick, and then we will do a round of closing and we'll tie it off for the night. So Mr. Proof of No Work Dev, what's the thing that you're looking forward to the most in the Pulse Chain ecosystem in the very near future, amigo?
Oh boy, well, damn, Bill really just buried me there with that whole answer. I don't know if I could follow up that epic response, but I'm looking forward, just like he is, for the court case to end. And one thing I would really like to see is Richard bridge some of those SAC funds, and then eventually Eric Wall to lose his bets. So those are like the things that I'm looking forward to.
Excellent. I have some thoughts.
I love that.
I got some thoughts on Eric Wall. I think that he's kind of like the WWE, what do they call them? The heel, where it's like they're supposed to be the bad guy, but they turn into the good guy later. That's my thoughts on Eric. He's a fun cat. He's interesting. I really liked the interview that shout out to Tom Gillespie of the G'day, the G'day community over there in the Tang Gang. Tom Gillespie made like some really good documentary series. I highly recommend you guys go check him out. But he interviewed Eric, and they did a fantastic interview. And Eric's just been, trolling and shitting all over the place on Twitter and just having a jolly good time pushing people's buttons and having fun and things. So I'm right there with you, broski. I would love to see him eat a nice big old slice of humble pie and have to pay some people out. And everyone's just gonna have a good time and things. So that is outstanding. So the community coming together, the price action, or no, excuse me, you had said the winning of the court case and Eric Wall eating the slice of humble pie. That was
and I want to see Richard bridge some SAC funds too, man.
Oh, the SAC funds.
SAC funds, yeah.
Yes,
well,
you guys
we gotta wait for ETH to go up, right? He bought so much, 170,000 ETH. Like once ETH, I mean, imagine Bitcoin gets. We were talking about this on one of our Telegram calls this week. We played a clip of Richard Hart, like from 2 years ago, where he said a safe estimate of Bitcoin for this cycle would be like 150,000 to 200,000 if that were to hit. That's like a 3x from here, right? Say 180K. That's like 3x from here. So for ETH to outperform Bitcoin, a 3x would from here and meet it, which means we would need to go quite a bit higher than that. So if ETH were to get to 12 to 15,000, like imagine how much money would be bridged in from the SAC funds at that point, even if it's 10,000 ETH, like holy moly. And that's not even considering the money that he has in all of his other wallets in consideration. So yeah, man, that thought process is mind boggling in a good way.
I heard an interesting theory, and again, everything is just let me pull up my little campfire stories thing here, but I heard a nifty theory that perhaps Richard Hart was buying the bottom the whole fucking time. So here's my little fun campfire story that I don't know if I believe.
I was going to bring that one up, Will.
What if he was buying the bottom the whole time and he reimburses his buys with the SAC funds, and he's dumping like there's amounts of ETH that we don't even know about, right? There's the public SAC funds that are doing whatever the heck they've done. Maybe he has already bought the Ethereum and he's going to reimburse himself, or who the hell knows? But like, I am interested in seeing the things happen from people that I think have a good amount of character, a large amount of like branding that they have on the line for making sure that the thing that they built does very well. So I agree with you guys. Like, I think it's going to be super awesome and super fun. And with that, on the subject of super awesome and super fun, Mrs. Producer, you already know what time it is. It's time for motherfucking chat shout out. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before we close out tonight, we're going to recognize y'all in the audience that have been spending your valuable time with us and hanging out and chatting and things. We've got 15-starred chats.
What a great chat. It's been great engagement tonight. Thanks,
dude,
everybody.
you guys,
I had a good time.
It's been-
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for hopping on Sheep. Like, it's been super fun. And shout out to everyone in the chats as well. There's 15-starred chats. I'm pretty sure that 5 of them because StreamYard has this weird little glitch thing it does, but we've got a lot of starred chats. So Mrs. Producer, would you go ahead and pull up the first one, if you please? We've got Mr. Drip Fortune saying, "What is wrong with Black Sheep?" That's a long
We're all
list,
asking that
Mr.
question.
Drip Fortune.
That's a loaded
You know what-
question.
No, because
it's
I came on the stream like this, so
Yeah.
I can understand.
I
got
it's
a bee
long
sting.
list. It's a long list of what is wrong with Mr. Black Sheep, but it's an even longer list of all the things that are awesome and all the things that are correct with Black Sheep. So shout out to this gentleman. We love having him on. They've got an excellent community over there. He's streaming every fucking day, bro. I don't know how you do it. Like that shit would be crazy taxing. But shout
Yeah,
out
it's
to
like
you.
that's why sometimes I just get in and get off because I've been doing it 1,444. I think today was 1444.
Yeah,
in a row.
dude, that's
every day in a row.
A long.
Well,
fucking
obviously I
time.
took a couple weeks off because I didn't have any internet, but I got that Starlink. and
Yep,
Black Sheep
but
is
Donnie
back.
was covering you that whole time. There was still a stream
Yeah,
happening
yeah.
at
We still got-
4:20. It's 4:20
They still
Pacific
have them, yeah.
every day. Excellent. Well, Mrs. Producer, go ahead and pull up the next chat for us to shout out. We've got Mr. Brightlight Crypto. Shout out to Brightlight. He's got a super cool YouTube channel himself. Talks about a lot of excellent things going on, but he wants to know, Mr. Fast Abdul, this is directed to you. Can I eat bryberries?
You could use bribe berries to buy food, I guess. Maybe because if somebody tokenizes a food token and then uses said food token to pay bribes, then
Unisocks.
Look, if schnozberries taste like schnozberries, I assume bryberries taste like bryberries.
Absolutely.
Really, Brennan?
When Fast Abdul, when the Bryberry system comes out, is it going to be a token or is it going to be like an ecosystem?
Both actually. So
Okay.
the general format that we're looking at, and this is not a promise and not
Sure.
financial advice, just sort of a concept that is being entertained, is that people would be able to get bribes for their votes on 2 Fux, perhaps 9-inch. And then there'd be a fee charged by the protocol. Same as on Ethereum, it'd be probably between 4% and 8%. And then that fee would go towards as a bonus yield in a pool that was 50% bribe token paired with 50% 2 Fux token. Which would be already a gauged incentivized pool. So it could be paying 100% already. And then on top of that, it wouldn't be all the tokens that were being paid for bribes. It would be probably, they'd be auto moved into either Pulse or something like USDC. And you would get that on top as bonus yield if you were participating in that yield farm. So it would just become like the most incentivized yield farm on the Pulse chain that, paid you in Fox, 2 Fox, and also USDC, let's say. I think people would get behind that. It's just an idea I have.
That's excellent. I like it. The direction I was thinking of is kind of like the Unisocks, where they send in where you send in one of the Unisoc tokens and you get a pair of Unisocks. So I was just thinking like, oh, if there's only 400,000 Bribery tokens or whatever the heck, they send a Bribery token to a burn address, and then I don't know, maybe some blueberries show up at their doorstep or something.
Then
like
I send them socks.
I mean, maybe I have no idea, but
or berries, perhaps. Yeah, it's like we'll see what the community wants. The community wants USDC. We'll give them USDC. If they want socks or maybe some raisins or berries, we'll give them raisins, berries, or socks. Whatever they want. So that's what's on the table. We'll have a vote. It'll be a DAO thing. It'll be good.
I love it. We do it for the people. Excellent, Mrs. Producer. Can you pull up the next chat if you please? It looks like we've got our very own, if I'm not, yeah, it is Ian J. Gold. He's made it. Yes, Ian J. Gold. By the way, shout out to Ian J. Gold. He has the idea of doing a poker tournament on a Wednesday with some of the fellows of the DGen Roundtable community stuff. Now, I will say, Ian J., we do stream every Wednesday from 8 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern, and I believe that's 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock for you over in the Pacific area. So any sort of poker tournament would have to be either before or after that time frame. So shout out to Ian J. Glad that you could make it, broski, and welcome to the stream. Up next, it looks like we've got our very own Mr. Tin Top, the one and only Mandalorian of the DGen Roundtable community. What's up, Hexicans? Good to see you too, Mr. Tin Top. What's up to you indeed? Glad to have you here with us. Next up, we've got our very own Paul Sachs, the Lead Farmer J, and then I'm guessing that's a U.S. flag.
Lead, yeah.
Oh, Lead Farmer J. Excellent. Shout out to Paul Sachs. Welcome to the chat, broski. I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about there, but excellent, and we're good to have you with us, broski. Next up, we got Hexado. Oh my god. That's Tanto no Mini. That looks like shout out to the Pulse OnlyFans guys. These dudes are fucking hilarious, man. So they've created a bunch of fake
that is funny, dude.
Fake AI OnlyFans stuff. Where they basically take Pulse chain content creators and they put they go to Twitter or wherever the heck, and they grab people's faces and they put them on really sexy bodies, and so they've got Pulse hunks for dudes and super hot Pulse ladies and whatnot, but it's all just artificial intelligence or it's all AI nudity stuff and just super ripped and shredded people. So shout out to those dudes. I will say
that's my real picture there. It's not fake.
Oh yeah, that's excellent. I love it. So one really quick and interesting cool thing about the Pulse OnlyFans, and I'm not giving you guys financial advice, but I will say that I was around when they did their sacrifice for their project, and these guys are the only ones that I know of that they returned every single bit of SAC money that was sent their way. So people sacked money for the project, and then they sent them their money back, and they sent them the Pulse OnlyFans tokens, which I believe are the PRC 404s. So it's like the halfway NFT, halfway fungible token stuff. So shout out to those dudes. I love their sacrifice model. I don't know anything about the tokenomics. You guys should probably not buy anything that I talk about because I'm a silly peanut brain diamond hand and I don't know what I'm doing. But I do like the way that they ran their sacrifice, and there's some interesting cats over there. So shout out to all them and other good stuff. Next up, we've got Conspiracy Crypto. Ramon Carrillo, sup fam? What's up to you too, broski? I did a stream with him on Thursday of last week where it was with Flat Earth Dave, and we just talked some super cool, awesome conspiracy stuff. It was a great time. They're great people, Ramon and Flat Earth Dave. They're some awesome dudes, super enthusiastic and very just warm-hearted, awesome people. So shout out to you guys. I loved streaming with you. It was a super fun time, and I downloaded Dave's Flat Earth app. And it's really cool, really fun. So I enjoyed talking with you dudes, and I'm glad to see that you're in here hanging out and having fun. Next up, we've got Edwin Rodriguez. This is Rod Zimma. Excellent. Good to know your real life name, amigo. I'm gonna try and give you a visit either this weekend or the following one. So stay tuned on that, broski. More details to come. I have to figure out what my schedule is looking like as far as work and availability, but I am going to see you before I leave the area. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be good. I've said it live on air, so it will happen. Next up, we've got Hex Monkey. He's here for the stupid shit, and he's going to probably set some things on fire. Hex Monkey's a stellar gentleman. Met this dude in real life. Super fun and awesome. Nothing but love from this guy. Nothing but love for this guy. Shout out to Hex Monkey. Everyone who's a Hexican OG knows about Hex Monkey. Super cool cat. Glad to have you in the chats, broski. Welcome, welcome to the DGen Roundtable. Next up, we've got Gizmo asking about new development on Actuator. Now, we don't have time to talk about it on this stream, Mr. Gizmo, but Nate, I believe, has already responded to you in the comments talking about how there's going to be a show at 6 p.m. Central tomorrow. He wrote it in the chats. Yeah, 6 p.m. Central tomorrow between Nate and I'm guessing C3 Bill as well. And they're going to be talking about the Actuator protocol. Super stoked to hear about it. It's going to be a good time.
Man, we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a great old time over there.
Yep. YouTube.com/@theascendingman. So that's where you guys can find it out. And I'm sure that he will Nate, you'll post it in the stream topic, right? On the DGen Roundtable when you guys go live over there. So we can look for announcements and things. I'm presuming that you will. Excellent. And finally, for our very last chat shout out, we've got Mr. Moonpilled Rational Optics. Hey, gentlemen, just getting out of work and heading home. Good to hear, broski. I swung by and hung out with this dude not too long ago. It was an absolute pleasure. I highly suggest that you guys go and meet other crypto gentlemen such as this man. It was super fun hanging out. We got some cool pictures, ate some cool wings, and had some beers and some fantastic talks and things. Oh, and we've got two more that have popped in as I've been paying slow and close attention. We've got Beyond All coming in saying, when is this stupid war going to end and our ecosystem can start flying again? I have no idea, but I will quote the Fallout game series, and I will say that war never changes. And the United States exports war, so I don't know if it's going to end. We make a lot of money when people are at war and we sell them the good stuff, but that's what's up. Next, we've got finally Dr. H, the Cryptopractor. Shout out to Dr. H, who does streams on Sunday at noon Eastern, covering the Richest Man in Babylon series. He's a good friend of the channel. Super cool, awesome dude. He's a chiropractor, or I don't know if he still practices, but he was a chiropractor. He's a
He's a cryptopractor. What are you talking about?
Cryptopractor, yes, but he used to fix people's bone snakes and their backs and things, and he does a super cool, awesome job. He's very knowledgeable in the medicinal field. We hung out, Zenith and I and Captain RG3 over on the Effin' Hangout long ago, and he does his streams, and he's saying, "What's the fuck up? Go ahead and spank that like button." It's good to see you, Dr. H. Welcome to the stream. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, that covers our stream for tonight. Thank you for joining us on Whiskey Wednesday. We're going to now go around this round table, and we're going to very quickly tell the folks at home where they can find us and what we've got going on in the near future as far as projects and things. Starting with Brendan, the Anonymous Bean. Where can the folks find you, and what do you got going on in the near future?
You can find me at X, find me on Telegram. I will be on. We got a lot of great shows coming up. Next week, we have actually the next 2 Wednesdays, we have guest shows. So that is really cool. The Wednesday after that is the Wednesday, the day before the Richard Hart trial. So we'll probably be covering all Richard Hart focused trial stuff. The week after that is the day after election. So we got a lot of stuff coming up on Wednesdays over the next month. So be sure to tune into it. And of course, our flagship Sunday show, we got our Q4 thesis that we are sharing with you all this Sunday. So you do not want to miss that show. Q4 thesis. We do have a quarterly thesis show, once a quarter. And this is the one. It's going to be really big. So tune in and see what to expect for Q4.
Excellent. All right, Mr. Nate, where can the folks find you, and what have you got going on in the near future, amigo?
Well, as of right now, I'm putting together my my desk and everything. I'm doing a bit of changes around here. There's a lot of stuff happening. I am officially off of the little hiatus that I had. Come back to Green Candles. Feels good, man. But yes, I'm going to be starting to do a lot of different projects and everything on my own personal channel at The Ascending Man. So that's the link to that is right here. Go ahead, go give me a like, a subscribe, and everything. We are going to be diving into the actuator. And
I got
hell
you,
yeah, man, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
And I rang the bell too.
Oh my god, he rang the belly button. I love it, dude. So we're gonna have a fun time over there. We're gonna dive into this. It's basically like a super hex helper. Like it's a really good idea. Liquid hex stakes is something that's extremely important. HSIs, right? That I mean that those are the ones specifically they're gonna be going in. They're not the native ones, the older ones, so to say. But nah, this is something that's absolutely needed for the Pulse chain. But other than that, I also do have my Twitter. I'm gonna be able to get back on giving you guys as much value as possible, right? Over on my Twitter, which I am putting that in the chat as of right now. Go ahead, give me a follow and everything. I do, when I have the time, which will be now, I go through a lot of different news sources. I kind of put my opinions on stuff. I also ask some very interesting questions that'll get you thinking, right? I'm always out there trying to think of every single situation that might end up popping up in the market. So that way we're not surprised by anything, right? Like, oh no, I've just lost all my money. Well, that's not really going to happen if you're following me on a constant basis and always thinking, the same sort of way of like, hey, maybe this could happen, right? So yeah, I don't know. Go ahead, give me a follow, all that, subscribe. And there's going to be a lot of things coming out of me because this is a train that is not stopping. And I now have the runway to start going hard. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to the fastest camel trader ever, Fast Abdul, who apparently is going to go wrestle some camels now, I guess.
Thanks, Nate. Well, that was, I'm excited for your new channel. I'll be checking that out. I'm not sure if I want to Google the combination of words you just said, but I will check out your channel. It's going to be exciting. But anyway, if you're my friend, you can find me at 2phux.io. We got links to the Telegram there, etc. If you're not my friend, you can find me in the freaking gym. And I will be shilling bribes for the next 2-3 weeks. Let's talk bribes.
Excellent. Mr. C3, where can the folks find you and what have you got going on in the near
Find you in
future?
the gym too, bruh.
Thanks. They can find me over at Actuator Finance or at Actuator Finance for Telegram or actuator.finance to see the docs. We're going to be with Nate tomorrow night at DGen, and that'll be whatever time they said it was. I believe that
6 p.m. I believe it was. It was either 6 or 7 p.m. I got to recheck, but yeah,
that's what it'll be. We're going to talk about it. We're in live testnet now. We're going to be mainnet on Monday in U.S. time, but midnight UTC on October 8th, which for most U.S. folks would be in the evening on Monday. That's mainnet, and farming 24 hours later for the Actuator token. All kinds of cool stuff. We look forward to what we're going to bring. We want to advance the Hex ecosystem.
Excellent. Glad to hear. And I look forward to that
Cheers,
stream
brother.
tomorrow. Mr. Proof of No Work, where can the folks find
Oh,
you
shit.
and what have you got going on in the near future, amigo?
Yeah, you can find me at t.me/proof of no work. That's my own group that I'm most active in. My YouTube is at proof of no work. My Twitter that I rarely use is PONW Pulse Chain. And I'm also in basically everyone's group here. I'm in Fast Abdul's group, Actuator group, Simon's group, and the DGen Roundtable. So you'll see me most time on Telegram. I don't know what exactly I got planned in the future in the immediate term, but I don't know. You could just find me somewhere on Telegram and ask me, and I'll let you know what I'm up to day to day.
Excellent. Glad to hear. I've gone ahead and dropped that link into the chats. Mr. Simon, where can the folks find you and what have you got going on in the near future?
Well, I suppose the best place to find me is in the Telegram chats. Like Proof of No Work Dev, I have a Telegram addiction and quite enjoying it, actually. We get a lot done in the chats. If you're one of the guys who just kind of watches the streamers, isn't on Telegram, you're making a very big mistake because a lot of the stuff goes on Telegram, and it's worth trying to get into more chats and put a little bit more time in. In terms of what you got coming up, well, we got the Raise launching. So if taking Pulse Chain to millions of gamers interests you, having let's say 10% of those people head on over to Pulse Chain and buy your bags, I think that sounds like a good idea. First meme coin game ever, shoot 'em up, going to be good. Lots of gore, bit of comedy, and then the first game featuring Richard Hart. Crypto
Ooh,
And is that
That's all.
they can go and find it directly underneath your name, right? The wonderwolf.io.
Yeah, we're updating the website today, so we've got some new cover art, teasers, and stuff going on today, along with some, like raised details and whatnot. So yeah, just check website, come talk to us on Telegram, and yeah, let's do this.
Excellent. I like it. Farmer Jay, where can the folks find you, and what have you got going on in the near future?
They can find me in the Telegram chats, particularly the DGen Roundtable one. But I bounce from here to there, and I'll pretty much all of them. But at the moment, got nothing new going on, so I'll go ahead and pass it over.
Yo, is no one going to say anything about Fast Abdul's like 8 outfit changes that he's had today? How many is this?
This is
Well, some of us are used to that.
This is part of the program. This comes
normal.
standard when
mean,
you're dealing with the fastest camel trader on the pulse chain. So this you have an excellent costume, an excellent wardrobe collection, Mr. Fast Abdul.
For the
But
fans, shout
finally,
out, man.
yeah, for sure. We love it. It's
Sometimes we have the hat streams where we all have hats and change hats throughout the stream, and Fast Abdul's always getting some sort of unique and fun outfit on.
Right.
It is great. And speaking of fast and unique and excellent, we've got finally Mr. Crypto Black Sheep of the DGen Protocol. He is the asshole in charge. Where can the folks find you, and what have you got going on?
Last
in the
but
near
not
future?
least, right? I got the laser eyes for Pulse Chain, right? Yeah.
Oh,
You can
fuck
find
yeah.
me DGen Protocol or DGen _protocol on on Telegram. DGen with 2 underscores on Twitter. So yeah, it's pretty easy to find me. Yeah, we go live every day at 4:20 p.m. on my Crypto Black Sheep YouTube channel. So YouTube /Crypto Black Sheep, just like it sounds. Nothing crazy there. And yeah, Fast Abdul, I'll see you in the gym. Or is he already out? He's out. He already left.
He ran away. You got scared. You mogged him.
Yeah, Eric
You're
Wall,
already,
you're
bro.
gonna miss out. What 6'9"? He's gonna miss out too, right? Because he's talking all that trash. So yeah. But yeah, we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. We're in the best place to be on the internet, and I'm proud to be here. And thank you for having me once again, Mr.
Excellent.
Daddy.
Excellent. He has popped right back. Yeah, I'm never going to be able to
there he
live that
is.
down. For the folks that don't know, I changed my name too many times on YouTube. I was first Lord Will Stevenson, and then on their stream, I was in the comments fucking around, and they're like, "Oh, Lord Will Stevenson, he should change it to Daddy Will Stevenson." I was like, "Oh, that'd be fucking hilarious." So I changed my name, and then come to find out, if you change your name twice in 14 days, YouTube's like, "You're trying to do silliness."
Yeah,
And so
you're a
I
scammer.
was stuck with Daddy Will Stevenson for like 2 fucking weeks, and these assholes will never let me live it down. So if you ever
No,
hear,
you're Daddy for life now.
yeah, I guess so.
Because Daddy is what Tate, what Andrew Tate or whatever. So,
Yeah,
dude, his profile pic looked just like him, dude. We've just been getting him shit ever since. It's so funny. Dude.
oh, it's great. I fucking
We
love
call
it.
him Great Valley. What was it? Great Valley or Walmart Tate?
You guys are
does.
fucking hilarious. Anyways, so to wrap the stream up for everyone, for all the folks at home who don't know, my name is Will Stevenson. You guys can find all of my socials at will.pls.fyi. So that's where you can stalk me on Facebook. You can stalk me on Instagram, stalk me on Twitter, stalk me on Telegram, do whatever the hell you want. I've doxed myself, so go feel free and figure it all out. If you can find me, I'll buy you pizza and beer. So if you show up to my shipping container that I'm living in and start knocking on the door, I'll be like, "What's up, amigo?" And then we'll go get some brewskis and a delicious New York pie.
On it.
So that's where you guys can find me at will.pls.fyi. If you guys are Hexagon, you want to meet other Hexagons, go to bit.ly/hex_meetup. And other than that, I think that we have covered most of the official telegrams and things. I'm double checking right now. Oh, book club.
Yeah, we just need
Book club is the next thing that we are doing not tomorrow, excuse me, but on Friday, as it says right here, where we do I have to remember, there we go. On Friday, we do books, and Zenith is going to be hosting the DGen Roundtable Book Club. We're going to be covering Millionaire Fastlane. And I got to say, this is a pretty damn good book. I quite enjoy reading it. I'm only about halfway through, but it's a story of like basically how you can get rich young by being a cool person that solves people's fucking problems. And by basically like this slow track to wealth of, throwing your money in 401ks or like retiring when you're 70 years old or whatever the heck is not the thing to do. The best thing to do is to figure out how to make money fast so that way you can live the best life while you're still young. Nate, did you have something that you wanted to announce?
Yeah,
And I've
make money
also got
fast. Throw your money into Pulse Chain.
not financial advice.
No
We're all
financial-
just a bunch of we're all a bunch of
You gotta put
assholes.
the hat back on there, Brendan.
A bunch of assholes and degens on the internet talking about our feelings, and we've got some other guest streams coming up, and there's some things going on, so it's going to be a good time, and it's going to be a great time. You guys can look forward to not only our book club on Friday, but then on Sunday we're going to be covering the news. So who knows if it's going to be Telegram, read the headlines, go through news real fast, or if we'll have some more like long drawn out not arguments, articles that talk about like macroeconomics or some cool things going on in the Bitcoin space. There's some downwards price action that's going on lately in the Bitcoin world, but I don't care about that because I'm in the Pulse Chain world, and so as long as my prices are green, I can give a shit what's going on in the rest of the space. But as far as all the stream announcements, I think that about covers it. You guys should join the DGen Roundtable you guys check out our Telegram at t.me/DRT join now. Again, that is t.me/DRT join now. We greatly appreciate having all of you guys on the panel on the
Well, we
stream
do
with
got some
us.
people who just joined us though on
Yes.
the comment. Should we
Yep,
go over
I'm
that?
about to hop right into that before I do the final copywriting. Mrs. Producer, can you pull up the final couple chats for the very end of the show's chat shoutouts? Hooray, there we go. We've got, let's see,
We've got
we've got
Helga.
Mr. Haas trademarked. I am sick of optimism, Arbitrum, insane clown posse, and all the VC coins I was holding still in profit and rolled it all into PLS today. Send it, boys. I love to hear it, broski. Welcome to the Pulse Chain. Glad to have you. Glad that you are taking your VC money and throwing it
Smart
where
man.
it's going to make a difference and where the world's going to be made a better place. So shout out to Haas
Yep.
for doing all that cool stuff. Can you bring up the next one, Miss Producer or Mrs. Producer? We've got Kay Hudson. Is there any actual whiskey being consumed today? Gentlemen, if you will pull up your drinks, if you're holding any, I'm drinking Bacardi. So this is not whiskey. Fast Abdul.
C3 Bill's got us on lock.
Yep, C3's got us covered. He's got the bourbon. I believe it was a bourbon. And then, we've got a smorgasbord. And not to forget, we've also got proof of no work, drinking the water like a good degenerate, staying hydrated, staying healthy.
Fast
And
Abdul
Simon-
with the blue Gatorade.
Yep. Fast
And
Abdul
the
with the
fastest
blue Gatorade.
costume changes known to man.
Oh my
Strawberry
goodness. I
lime
don't know.
now.
I don't know
got
how
the
he does
fucking-
it.
I got the
I don't know
combo
if you-
pack.
Very nice.
I don't know if you can tell, but Fast Abdul literally is joining Farmer J right now. I think they were partying or something.
Oh, look at that. You guys are both under the 405 down there hanging out, chilling in the Hexaco tent
Yep.
city.
Not
Excellent.
having a house saves lots of money to buy crypto.
Yes,
It's
and
the
we
way to
can't
go.
forget about Simon drinking coffee over there because it's a good
Ever
early
since the
morning
pump, we don't need to eat
it's good.
cats and dogs anymore in Hexaco tent city.
Right.
Oh, man.
You can buy cat and dog food.
Yeah, since we've been pumping this past couple of weeks, we can afford some real food now.
Excellent. I like it. Speaking of
funny.
being able to afford real food, we've got a couple more chat shoutouts to do, and then I'm going to close this stream out. We've got Daniel Robar up next, reminding me that I am Daddy Will. So yes, I have read that out loud. So now, congratulations, whoever wants to grab that soundbite. You've heard it. So there it is. And then finally, we've got Helgo. Everybody member buy Hex. Remember to buy some Hex. Helgo is another protocol that's built on top of the Hex protocol. So I don't know much about them, but you guys should check it out. And then we've also got Taylor throwing up the shaka. I love it, bro. Hang 10, hang loose, everybody surf. For the folks on the panel, if you guys want to chill out in the green room and shoot the shit after we're no longer live anymore, feel free.
Sure.
Stay in as we do the stuff. Mrs. Producer, I'm gonna ask you when we do our final video roll, if you would be so kind as to roll the commercial that Zenith made for us for the Pulse Chain tour. That's one thing that I'd forgotten. If you guys want to get tickets to the Pulse Chain 369 conference going March 6th through 9th over in Las Vegas, being put together by the good RG3 and Wild SJ and Black Hexagon and all those guys, you need to go to pulsechaintour.com/events/pulsechain369 conference. I'm just going to go ahead and drop Wild SJ's socials in here because I don't have it pulled up on quick and ready things, but the link is in there, pulsechaintour.com/events/PLS 369-conference. So go check it out if you guys want to be a part of it. Use promo code DEGEN, DEGEN, if you guys want a 20% discount. In the advertisement that's about to air, it'll say 36.9% discount, but that discount is no longer valid. They've actually extended the period of discounting for longer, and so because of that, they're reducing the amount that you get discounted by, but you guys can still get 20% off if you haven't already done it. And shout out to all of you baby dolls who have actually gone out there and done the work and bought the tickets already, because promo code DGen was the most used was the most used promo code. So we fucking love you guys. Thanks for making us look good. It's been an absolute pleasure. And that is all that I've got. Time to start reading the end of show copywriting. I want to thank you all for spending your valuable time with us here on the DGen Roundtable. As Agent J often says, we know that time is your most precious asset, and we greatly appreciate you investing it right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been watching the DGen Roundtable. My name is Will Stevenson. Mrs. Producer, go ahead and get that trigger finger ready. It's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to DGen responsibly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pulse Chain Tour Masters Golf Tournament 2024. Zenith is making his approach to the green on this sudden death playoff between himself and Reginald Gerald III, who already completed his putt for birdie. Zenith needs to make this putt right here in order for his dreams of winning that jacket to stay alive. Let's see what he does. Oh, he flubbed it. He missed. He whiffed. He's a loser. I repeat, RG3 wins. Don't make mistakes like that guy. Get ready early for Pulse Chain Tour Las Vegas 2025, including the Pulse Masters Golf Tournament from March 6th through the 9th. Sign up early and use the code DGen at checkout before September 1st to get 36.9% off all of your tickets. Don't miss out on all the fun from the star-studded conferences, golf tournament, and nightly events in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada with all of your friends and favorite Pulse and Hex creators. We cannot wait to see you in Vegas, so until then, DGen responsibly.